My name is Grayson Auth, and I have spent the last 100 weeks recording my progress as a small creator. When I first started recording, I was sitting at 125 subscribers. I'm now currently sitting at 1,752 subscribers. Now that isn't much, I'll admit. I'm not a huge subscriber and I'm still very much so a small creator, but I have learned a lot in 100 weeks, especially just grinding and moving and trying and trying and trying. And I wanted to talk about what I've learned. There's really only three main things that I've learned in these past 100 weeks. There's also a lot of little tips that also go along with these three main points. And if you're a small creator like me who's trying to grow and who wants to hear from someone who's been going at it for 100 weeks, I'm your guy. You know, what can I say? When I first fully committed to creating content, I had little to no idea what I was doing. I had made some series here and there and a couple of random YouTube videos, but I had no idea of what a consistent flow of content would even look like. And the idea of consistently uploading every single week was terrifying. And really that stemmed from consistency. I'd never uploaded consistently ever on my YouTube career. I'd been uploading on YouTube since 2015 and never once had I consistently uploaded every single week. I'd always had different things, and it would be random, and there was no real idea or intention to it. It was just random videos. So consistency was terrifying. The first year I spent creating, my main focus were two things. Content a series, a vlog/documentary like video, uploaded once a week, and uploading TikToks consistently. I maintained this for a year, and I found above all things that content was the thing that kept me moving, despite it not receiving the views or attention like my TikToks. When you first start on YouTube, picking one series to upload is a great start. It ensures that you're not overwhelmed by multiple series or concepts or videos all at once, and you can just focus on this one thing, and you're pursuing that. Just keep it simple. It really shouldn't be complicated, especially when you're starting off. As you consistently upload week by week by week by week, like I did, you'll slowly progress editing more and more, just skill-wise. You'll get better and better and better, and you'll learn a lot more tricks and different things you can do. Keeping it simple also makes it to where you don't feel the weight of knowing how to edit, instead focusing on creating something super simple in the first place, like you just sitting and talking. This also helps reduce burnout and helps you get into the rhythm of consistently working content creation around your schedule, because let's be honest, for us small creators, we're often working a full-time job while also balancing this want to create. Consistency isn't the only thing you need to grow on YouTube or any other social media. There are multiple things that go into play, like the drive to continue. After 10 weeks of uploading content this series consistently, I found myself stuck asking the question, why am I doing this? This is a question that any, if not all, creators face. This isn't a bad question to ask either, though. And the drive that you must possess to become a small creator doesn't come easy. But I want to make this very clear, there are good and bad drives to have when you're starting off. Bad drives are things that drive you for a poor reason, like wanting to be like Mr. Beast, wanting to be famous, wanting to be rich, wanting to work an easy job. These aren't necessarily horrible drives to have, but if they're your only focus and reason of creating content, I personally don't think these drives will keep you good and flowing consistently long term. Good drives are much different, and hopefully you can relate to these a little bit more. Loving the art of creating something, no matter the type of content being created. Enjoying the workload. Wanting to build a community of people around you, and even having a vision of the type of content you want to create beforehand with goals in place to achieve. In the year 2023 and 2024, I have set goals that I would like to achieve. I have 24 goals this year. The year before, I set 20 goals. And even though I'm not achieving all of these goals that I have set in place, that list of ideas and I want to do this have incredibly helped me be motivated and have the drive to continue with good intention. When you have the correct drive and vision from the start, combined with consistency, you will find your drive will coincide with your consistency perfectly. As you start to create, even without an audience or views, you'll find the enjoyment of creating content much, much more. Now, the final big thing that I've learned in these 100 weeks is the importance of community. When I first started, I had the eyes of becoming a big TikTok star. Starting with 11,000 subscribers, I felt confident that I would be the perfect launch pad for me to get into my career. But I quickly found, even as I continued to grow, that despite the number of following and views, I didn't have a consistent community to interact with or get feedback from. Towards the end of my first year and the start of my second year, I craved this exact interaction. That's why I started to put my focus more towards YouTube completely. Starting with posting shorts, then going into reaction videos and experimenting with long-form content besides my series, taking all the energy I built the first year getting into the consistent motion of creating and multiplying it as I got better and better at editing. And as I neared the end of my second year, going into my third year, I've gone from posting 3 to 4 TikToks and a single YouTube video a week to posting 2 to 3 TikToks/shorts a week, including an edit of one of my longer form YouTube videos, 2 full-length YouTube videos a week, 1 live stream where I interact with my community and talk to them directly, which I would highly recommend, and as of 1 week ago, recording a podcast episode every single week. A podcast that will be coming out later this year in the summer. All of this creation and progress of skill, motivation, drive, and consistency stems from one thing, and that is my community. When you're a small creator, the voices you want to listen to will be those of your community. They're the only ones who actually have a care of subscribing to your content, even when it's flawed and fresh and new. And they're the only ones who actually have the care to join your community in the first place. And if they give you feedback, it's purely to see you grow and become better, so they can see your channel grow and you grow as a creator. They care about your growth just as much as you do. These last 2 years have been incredibly difficult and far, far from easy, but I've never felt more joy and fulfillment in what I'm doing. Content the series is still very much so a series, and it is one that I will be continuing. And if you would like to watch my progress real time as I go week by week by week, trying new things, failing at things, winning at things, you should consider subscribing. With that, we will continue into your regularly scheduled content the series. It's Sunday, and I'm starting off the week with horrible sinus infection still. And my nose is just full of snot, and it's awful. I hate it. I don't like being sick. I really, really don't like being sick. Start off today with a package for solar outdoor lighting, and I'm going to be making an ad for TikTok on that. I also have several different things I want to get done today. I need to edit a YouTube video. I want to get my live stream tonight. I'm shooting for 9 o'clock. I also wanted to get all of my notifications on TikTok straightforward, so I know what I'm looking forward to in the week, especially with the application for the TikTok Shop Accelerator program that I mentioned last week, which is where TikTok is going to pay me to make ads for them, and they'll also invite me to in-person TikTok events. So that's something that I'm working on. I don't know what that's going to look like. I still don't know what that's going to look like. So hopefully by the end of the week, we can figure that out. Just Sunday, there's a lot of things I want to get done. As you guys may or may not know, Saturday I take a break, and Sunday I usually am just working the entire day on stuff for content. Currently, what Sunday is looking like, it's going to be a day for live stream and recording Cosmic Complexity, and hopefully editing the YouTube video of the week as well. So that's 3 big things that I want to get done every Sunday. I hope it's not too much. Live streaming really isn't that much. It's just kind of hanging out and playing games and talking to you guys. So I don't think that's a big deal. But Cosmic Complexity is, and that's important to me. As you guys know, I've been talking about this podcast for quite a while. I've been working on this since at least January. Like, I've been thinking about this podcast and the idea of this podcast for a very, very long time. So I'm very excited to record it. I'm shooting for a summer release, which it's April now, so the summer will be just fun. And we're going to have all these podcasts set and scheduled and ready to upload. I think that's going to be fantastic, so I'm excited about that. But before I can schedule and upload and get everything ready, we need to have episodes. And I have not had the time to edit or record anything when it comes to this podcast. There's a lot of steps to it that I want to make sure, like microphone and knowing how to mix audio and knowing how to get the filters right. And there's just a lot of layers to this, and I wanted to make sure I knew what I was doing before I went into it full swing. We have 2 separate microphones, and they both sound very different, but I have applied the filters to them and mixed them as well as I can.
There's one that definitely sounds better, and I'll be taking that one, and I will be giving my co-host the one that doesn't sound as good. We might play around with other microphones and see which one we like more. But for now, we're just going to be using 2 separate microphones, so the audio of the microphones is going to be like different when our voices come into it, but I think we'll be okay. You know, we're running on a deadline, and I need to order a new microphone, but I don't have the money to order a new microphone because they're expensive, and so it's a tough decision for me to make, because it's like, I want to get this started. I want to at least get episodes on the ground, but I also want to make sure it sounds good because it's an audio podcast. After much talking and considering and knowing scheduling and knowing what kind of topics we're going to talk about, there's been a lot of work based and put into it. I have the first 8 episodes marked out right now. So I've been doing a lot of thinking and working and making sure this episode's going to be good, and also trying to figure out what kind of style I want this podcast to be. It's important to me, and everything I create is important to me. Content was important to me. My commentary videos are important to me. Like, this is going to be important to me, and this is my next big project. So I've been spending a lot of my side time on this, and it's been hard to not really talk about it, but now we can kind of start talking about it more and more, especially as we're going to record it. And I also think it's really fun for you guys, because you're going to be seeing me record these episodes, but you're not going to see them until the summer, and I think that's kind of fun. So today, I'm recording the very first episode. I am nervous as hell. I don't think my voice sounds good. It's already pretty nasally right now, so that's gonna suck. But I need to get this episode recorded, and so we're going to shoot the first episode. It's just gonna be me talking, and I'm gonna be explaining what the episode is, what the show is, and what kind of ideas we have for the show. So I'm very, very excited about this. I'm gonna record this. I'm shooting for an hour of recording, and then we'll go from there. So with that, let's get into it. Whew. I just finished recording the very first episode of Cosmic Complexity, and I'm nervous. I really am. I don't know. It's hard because the first episode is about what I believe, and it's me leveling the playing field for everyone coming onto the podcast, so that they know, like, oh, he has put himself on the line and what he believes out there, so that they are willing to share what they believe as well, knowing that, like, we're both equally on the same ground is the idea of it. But that's the first time I've sat down and talked about what I believed on the internet in that sense. I think it turned out great. I'm really excited to see how it turns out. Right now, I'm waiting on it to finish processing so I can click through and edit pieces of it. There's little chunks in the beginning that I might take out a little bit, but I think as a whole, the episode is really, really good. Very excited about that. Very, very pumped. So while this is processing, though, I'm probably going to edit and chill. So I'm going to get started on that. On with the next thing. So it's Monday afternoon, and yesterday I started processing the podcast episode, and keep in mind it is an hour-long episode, and I started the process and accidentally my PC shut off, and it stunted it, and I hope it didn't mess it up, but it's been processing since I got home, and it started at like 20%. I got home at like 4 o'clock, and it's sitting at 69%, which, you know, nice, but also that's taking forever. It's literally been taking hours to get to this point. So, so that's fantastic. I did, in the meantime, work out and also finish editing content, episode 99. Hopefully everything should look good. I'm going to hang out with my friends tonight, and then hopefully check in with you guys tomorrow afternoon after I shoot and record the video of the week. And probably a portion of this episode. I'm not sure yet. I don't know when I'm going to record that portion. This is the 100th episode of content, and I wanted to do something really special, which you probably have already seen in the beginning of the video, but I haven't gotten to even writing that out and knowing what it's going to look like completely. So I'm working on it. For now, I've gotten everything done I needed to today, and I will see you guys later this week. So I just finished recording the beginning of this week's episode, which is the
100th episode of content. If you've watched this far, then you guys are the people who actually care about this series, who have been watching for a very long time. I want to point a couple of things out. The thumbnail, the beginning, the style of this episode is completely different from anything I've ever done in content. But I also left my week in the ending of the video for a reason. I want you guys to, I wanted to sit down and really do something special for this episode, and I hope you liked it. I hoped it was interesting, and it was really fun sitting down and writing down the script for this episode, because I have learned a lot in 100 weeks, and it's insane to think about being where I am now. And it's just been exciting, and I've been planning this week for a very, very long time, and I also have been planning the 3-year anniversary of content, and I'm really excited for that as well. But I just wanted to say, you know, as I continue this week and everything, like, if you're still watching and you're a community member who's been here for a while, thank you for being here, and thank you for subscribing, and I really do appreciate you. I hope you enjoy what I make. I really do, and if you don't, tell me so I can make it better. I have a single ad that I need to make. It is for the cat tree tower I was sent, and I need to make an ad for that. I've already shot a lot of the footage. I just need to finish shooting some portions of it, and also I was wanting to record the audio for that. Plan on doing that tomorrow. I haven't made any TikToks this week, and I want to, so I'm planning on making a TikTok by the end of the night. If I have done that, there is the TikTok right there, because I'm assuming I'll probably forget tomorrow. With that, I want to make sure this episode isn't too long, so I'm just going to rapid fire you guys through all of the little bits of progress on YouTube right now. We're currently sitting at 1,752 subscribers, so dope. Hopefully over the weekend we'll do decent, and we'll see how that goes. Over the last weekend, my shorts were doing not horrible, getting a couple of hundred views to a couple thousand views, which is a great amount and no room to complain whatsoever. We had content episode 99 come out yesterday, and it's currently sitting at 9 views, which is a decent amount for the first day of content being up. So that was great as well. And my last YouTube video did not break 1,000, and it's still currently sitting at less than 100, but it is what it is. With that, I'm going to continue on with my afternoon, and I will see you guys tomorrow for the last checkup. Bye. It's late at night, and I'm exhausted. I'm just now getting home and settling in. I've worked a very, very long day and just been doing a lot of stuff, and haven't really had any time to get anything done, really. But I did want to get you guys a quick couple of updates. I shot all of the footage for the cat tower ad, and I shot a TikTok yesterday, which is currently sitting at 1,700 views. It's been a great week. 100 weeks of content is insane, and as I've said before, like, truly thank you guys, and thank you for being here. April 12th will be the anniversary of content, or the yearly anniversary, so that's the marker. It's currently the 5th, so I think that's a week from today will be the anniversary of content. And look forward to that, truly. This episode is going to take me forever to edit, and I'm not excited about that because it's going to be a lot. But I'm also very excited to see how it does, not just as a whole, but just how it turns out editing-wise, and just everything about this episode is really unique, and I'm really, really excited to edit it. So I hope it turned out well, and I hope you liked the video, and I hope you subscribed and stuck around, truly. Thank you guys for being here, and I definitely want to continue to see you. So with that, I'll see you guys later, and have a good week. Adios. Why would they?